All right, I'm gonna jump straight into this. We got a response to the porn star wife, and I agree with her. I'm gonna start by saying this: I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I've been homeless twice, and I fought back. And I've been betrayed by family, all type of ish, right? But I tried to push through, tried to come up with the next solution. When I go outside, man, and I see sometimes these dudes out here homeless, and I'm like, how did they get that way? And sometimes when I give out money, I ask people, who are homeless, how did they get this way? I've only heard two or three solid answers. The rest of the answers are really bullshit answers. These are some of the same dudes who used to hunt us down with guns. These are some of the same dudes who want a fist fight at the club. These are some of the same dudes who, when they can't have an intellectual conversation, they want to get upset. There's no way Joe Smith, who had $90 million, let's just call it $30 million. Let's say he got taxed for 60 million. There's no way you got 30 million and now you down to zero and you allegedly work for your wife on her dog business or her car business. Come on, man. So let's get into her interview. Let's assume that everything she's saying is true. Let's assume she not being an asshole. I know some of you dudes want to punch women. I know some of you dudes want to uppercut women. But sometimes, man, some of you dudes are really not the pimps and players that y'all claim y'all. Some of y'all dudes are really not the leaders y'all claim y'all are. I mean, some of y'all got money, but some of y'all leadership skills is shit. You can't manage a McDonald's. So let's dig into her shit and let's dissect what she say. All right.
Question is, where's
How are
Joe?
you? How are you guys doing?
Where's Joe?
He's pretty pissed off with me. So he's been, I think he's at his sister's house. He's not talking to me right now. So yeah.
So let's start it right here. I know some dudes want to punch women and but if this chick, if this chick has tried several times to speak with you about doing XYZ, and you just relying on the fact that you tall and you got a big dick, that shit wears out after a while. Y'all been together 13 years and you're not pulling in no money, bro. According to her, y'all almost got kicked out of your crib last week, which means you don't even own your crib like that. Your paperwork ain't right, something. And before we continue with this, I know it's gonna sound like I'm brother bashing, but I mean, you can't go to a junior college and get 2,000 a month teaching basketball. You can't get on a website and teach some Chinese dudes overseas how to rebound. I mean, how is it? How is it you as Joe ain't pulling in, and your chick got all these things documented that she trying to make money? And how is it you allegedly work for her on one of the businesses? I don't get it, bro. I'm trying to be fair here. I know we want to crash on these women and she's a porn star and why she put you on live, but man, look, if a chick done had conversation 299 with you, then yeah, she getting pissed. Yeah, this shit is fucked up. But let's keep going, man.
Keisha, how long ago? Obviously, we saw in the video that Joe's saying he had no idea that you had this account. How long? How long is the account? Have you had the page?
I've had the page for at least over a year.
Okay, at least over a year. Let's call it 2 years. Okay. Now, if you're not doing no money as Joe Smith, if you can't go down to the Warriors and say, "Hey, let me flip hot dogs or something. Let me answer the phones. I mean, if you ain't picking up no contracts, you still a former whatever. You got connections with somebody where you can get 2 G's, 5 G's a month coming in. I don't understand how you cannot. I just don't get that. Somebody's college in Denver, Utah, somebody's willing to pay you something. I don't get it, bro. I don't get how it got like that. You were sitting on 90 million, Joe Smith. Let's be clear. Over your career, you kept going from place to place. So I'm gonna tax you for 60 million. Okay, 60 million of that 90 million is gone. So you got at least 30 million. All right, that ain't chump change. You can go to sleep with 30 mil. Maybe your house too big. How about that? And if you're getting kicked out your house, do you really own your house? Let's talk this shit, man, because this is really confusing to me how you let it get to this point, bro. And again, I'm trying to be fair, but maybe this is the wake up call. And I say this to a lot of brothers, man. We wanna piss on these chicks, but sometimes, man, dudes are not the pimps and players that they claim they are. That's some real shit. Sometimes dudes are not what they saying they was. And what do we do? What do we do when it's like that? How do you make that righteous? Educate me, man. How do you make that righteous if you a dude, can't nobody tell you nothing, and you still just like whatever? You can't catch a flight to Alaska and teach no kids basketball for 6 G's a month. That ain't no college willing to pay that. I mean, I don't get how we get here. I don't understand how it gets to this point. I don't. I don't understand how it gets to this point. You should be saying to yourself, "Hey, look how we got it. This where we at." That's what you should be saying. You should be saying, "Man, hold on. You need what? What's our expenses? We 10 G's short. Okay, let me call Al Harrington and see if he got some work in Detroit. Let me call how do you get to this point, man? Because my thing is this: you got connects. This ain't like you just chilling. You do have connects. You're part of the NBA family. Can Shaquille O'Neal let you go manage one of his pizza joints? I mean, are you just too prideful? What's good, man? I know black men be trying to shame other black men. All right, but I'm trying to say it from a helpful point of view. Like, what are we doing here? How we get to this point? Help me understand. How are we getting to this point? But let's hear some more of what she talking about.
It's on my Instagram and my LinkedIn, but that's what happens when you don't pay attention to your wife. Period.
Hey, if it's conversation number 294, I totally get her. I totally agree. I ain't talking about 1 or 5 conversations. I'm talking about if you if you constantly talking to this dude and he not making no moves and he will end up working for you, that shit. Yeah, that shit can get frustrating. Let's listen to some more.
And you know, he has a friend that he's been entertaining, and she
Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. He got some extra chick. See, you got time to fuck, got time to get your dick sucked, but money coming into the home, you ain't working on that part of the game. You know, it shit is crazy, man. Hey, for you guys watching, share this on your Facebook, share this on your Twitter. Let's get some people watching this shit, man. Breaking news. This is she's doing an update to her video. But here he go. He got some other chick that he can't control. And I guarantee the other chick done said some slick shit to her. She probably didn't even care that he was fucking the other chick. But now the other chick is talking and he can't control chick number 2. I guarantee.
She decided that, you know, she wants to really put a bigger, you know, wedge in our relationship. So she went digging around my page and was like, oh, do you know that she has this? And it blew up from that. And it's no secret Joe's financial issues, you know, and I have always made a good life for myself, you know. Before I met Joe, I was living overseas in Europe, and I had established myself as a singer, you know, and I came back here, you know, thinking that with his persona and who he was, once we got together and I found out who he was, that it would only take off, you know, other things. But, you know, not everybody's hustle and drive are the same.
So let's be clear on something. International women are not like American women. They don't look at sex the same. They can go suck a dick and think nothing of it. While Americans are like, "Ooh, you nasty, you do." International people don't think shit like that. They'll be at work in Germany, say to their girlfriend at lunch, you know, she took 2 dicks in the ass and think nothing of it. I'm so serious. They just don't think nothing. They don't stress sex the way Americans stress sex, you know, because for them, there is worse European sex. When you just having regular sex in Europe, that seems like, oh, okay, cool. Because you got people in Europe having animal sex. You got people in Europe having child sex. You got people in Europe having all type of stuff now. That nobody pissing on women is a big thing in Europe. So when you just talking about normal, hey, I went and did X. For them, it ain't no big thing. For us as Americans, it's a shaming tactic because we as Americans, we like to shame every fucking thing. Every fucking thing. I just saw somebody say about the Francis Ngannou fight. Francis got 10 million. Tyson Fury got 50 million, and they had 1.2 million buys. But you literally had dudes in the comment section talking about Francis want to be like Conor. He ain't like Conor. I'm like, this dude was poor. He just this dude just got one fight for 10 mil, which is 20 times what he was getting in UFC for one fight. Some people just want to increase their shit. So one of the reasons I defend her, oh, you a simp, you a simp. No, I'm just using logic, man. When do we say to dudes, maybe you not leading, bruh? Maybe you not leading your porn star chick. Maybe your chick number 2 shouldn't even be talking. This shit is crazy. So let's continue.
And depression is a serious thing also. So, I've been.
Let's start right there. If black community doesn't like to acknowledge that we're a traumatized people. We're kind of like the gypsies of Romania. We're kind of like the Serbian and Bosnians. We're kind of like the Scottish. We're a very traumatized people now. And when shit is happening sometimes, especially black men, we like to fake through it. Just pretend everything all right, continue my pimping. Yeah, that's true. But do you not realize that you just shot up the park because you lost a basketball game? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's real shit. Or you just want to fist fight a dude because you wasn't able to do your favorite dribble behind the back move. I mean, dudes also got to come out of the fantasy, man.
And just like, supporting and dealing and going through his trials and tribulations with him. I've started several businesses.
Let's start right there. The white woman would have left. I'm keeping it a buck. The Latin chick might have stayed. The Asian chick might have stayed, but she would have been second one to leave. Bruh. A white chick would have pieced you out. You see how what's homeboy from the Spurs? Tim Duncan wife fucked him over. Fuck all that Caribbean shit. I never liked that shit anyway. I mean, she went ham. Once his career was over and the money stopped coming in, she was like, fuck this NIGG with the hard R. She was like, and the same thing with Shannon Sharp's white woman. Shannon Sharp's white woman dissed him all to hell. You insecure, you don't care nothing about but the dogs, you don't never go nowhere. People don't understand. Shannon Sharp is a mark. Outside of him having muscles, Shannon Sharp is a complete incel mark. And like I said in this video, sometimes you got to understand some of these dudes are not the dudes y'all think they are, man. They're just not. Let's listen to some more.
I've been doing a lot, and I just figured out, I have a home in Cape Verde I'm trying not to lose, and a roof over here we're trying to maintain that we almost got kicked out of.
A roof over here we're trying to maintain that we almost got kicked out of. Now she own a home. Once again, got money coming in. I don't know what type of shit Joe got going on. I don't know if they need to downgrade the house. That could be another move. But the leadership is in question to me, bro. Leadership is in question.
So I just kicked in the drive and did what I had to do, and he won't do it. So I had to. And I'm sorry, you knew I was an adult video star when you met me. So if I would do anything for my own survival, then what makes you think that would change now? When I retired from the adult industry, I promised myself, if I don't sing, I don't eat. So when, my music career wasn't popping here when I left Germany and I stayed here for him, I figured, I would, start a business. I started a puppy friend social club business, a dog sitting business. And then COVID happened and that screwed everything up. I have a moving company, that he actually works for me.
She has a moving company. And he works for her. So stop the cap, man. I mean, what are we doing? Instead of moving boxes for her, shouldn't you be down at the local junior college saying, hey, I'm Joe Smith. Pay me 2-3 G's a month, 8 G's a month, and I get your basketball team as the rebound regional champions. When is that going to happen? How do we make that work? So Joe got to have some better leadership than this shit, man. I mean, come on, man. From 90 million to zero, bro. Come on, bro.
He works for my moving company. You know, I'm tired of being the one to figure shit out. So I figured it out the best way I know that can maximize the money that needs to come in, because I'm tired of living like, you know, I'm tired of living minimal, you know. It's not fair. And
Doesn't seem unreasonable so far. Everybody else, y'all want to crack that she's a porn star and why she put him on live. But like I said, if this chick done talked to him over 100 times, over 50 times, and he still ain't making no moves, yet he out there sticking his dick in another chick, I don't know what y'all would want the chick to do either. I mean,
I don't understand how you could have had such a maximized life and be so content. This is ridiculous. But we've been together for almost 13 years, though. We've been together since 2012, like after his retirement. And it really wasn't a retirement that he wanted. It was a forced retirement because he just got locked out after the lockout in the 2011 lockout. You guys remember?
Right.
You know, he just never got a new job.
I mean, come on, man. You can't go sit on somebody's bench. The Toronto Raptors don't have no bench room. I mean, shit, Haslam been sitting on the Heat's bench for fucking a decade. I know they got some bench room in fuck. Who's one of the worst teams in the fucking shit? The Blazers ain't got no bench room. Fucking who else? Shit. Orlando Magic ain't got no room in the bench. I mean, you can't.
Nobody wanted him anymore. So, you know, there was a depression, and I've been going, you know, dealing with all of this stuff. And I'm sorry, you know, I'm not sorry for what I'm doing. I'm just sorry that he can't understand that that wasn't a selfish decision. It was a decision that I made. I made an executive decision when my man wasn't taking the lead.
Come on, bruh. She made an executive decision when she done talked to this dude over 50 times and the man ain't taking the lead. Hey, come on. I mean, Joe, let's be real. You over your sister's house right now, angry. And the only reason you found out about this is because your side chick told you about it. You was busy fucking. You wasn't even trying to get no extra money for the household. You was busy fucking. And then after the bedroom antics, the side chick tells you, oh yeah, your wife is doing this. And your wife don't care that you over there fucking. You know, go. But this is so crazy, man, because at the end of the day, we can blame this chick all day and Sunday. We can blame her for putting them on live, but frustrated chicks are going to do shit, man. Nobody likes to hear that. Frustrated chicks are going to do shit. I mean, what do y'all expect? I don't get it. What do you expect these chicks to stay locked in? I don't expect none of my chicks to stay locked in. Them chicks can wake up on a Wednesday and say, you know what? I want to see what the Punjabi guy is talking about. I mean, these chicks can go left for anything. So my thing is, how does it get to a point? And matter of fact, I told one of my homeboys this years ago. I told him he was living too large. He was living a real big house. Him and his wife were struggling to maintain it. You can't do all that shit, man. And when he downsized, his life got better. Told another dude he had a whole accounting empire. IRS hit him once or twice. He had an empty mansion. Mansion was empty. Got a downgrade. So yeah, man, shit is fucking crazy, man. Dudes don't be want to hear the shit. I didn't want to hear the shit when somebody told me about myself. So I get it. Like I said, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect.
I really love Joe. I love him. If we were like, if he never speaks to me again, I still will do things to help him or whatever I can because he's my family.
Yeah. I you can't buy loyalty, man. I understand she did some unloyal shit, but if that's really her heart, because I've met chicks like that, NBA ex-girlfriends and wives who really would hold their NBA dude down, even when he was poor. I never forget, I met a chick out in College Park, and she had a whole investment nest egg for her baby daddy who was living with his parents, and he wasn't in the NBA no more. She said, but I'm not going to tell him about it. But everything he ever gave me, I put it into an investment fund. And if he ever get real bad, I give him some money out of that fund. I said, see, that type of shit, you can't, that type of shit is classic.
He's like an intricate part of my life, and I just want the best for us. And I wish he wanted that also. That's really where I'm at. I wish that he wanted the best for us because he's not really wanting the best for himself. So I can't expect him to do for him what he can't do for himself, I guess.
And that's the problem. When you're around some black men just want you to have fun and exist. My father went through that. He wasn't around black men who wanted to excel. He was around black men who just wanted to drink and exist. And then as time went on, he didn't have shit. As time went on, all those friends betrayed him because he was never trying to get shit for himself. He was just trying to exist.
And that's why I just did what I had to do.
Have you drawn that line in the sand that you will continue doing OnlyFans?
Unless something else happens that, changes that, no, I'm going to continue my OnlyFans. I think as a couple and just him individually, he needs counseling to help find out how to re-find himself and find his new place in the world. It's really hard once you've had a major career. You were the #1 draft pick, and then everything ends. How do you deal with that?
That's a very good point, man. And I'm gonna end on that note because I want black guys to really advance their situation. Nobody's perfect, man. Let's be 100. I know people want to beat her up. People want to beat up Joe, but this is boy behavior. You gotta mature up. You gotta self-analyze and say to yourself as a dude, where am I not repping? How am I falling short? Because if you're not going to do that, man, then you're just going to be in a fantasy. You're just going to be assuming everybody else is the reason and it's never you. And nothing comes good of that type of mentality, man. Nothing works if that's going to be the thought process. If it's going to be about everybody else is to blame except me, I don't know how people are able to really represent if that's going to be the bailout. If the bailout is always going to be that. But this is Mr. Research. Thanks for rocking with me. We'll talk to you soon. Leave a comment in the comment section. Want to hear your comments and tell me what you think. Much love.